Listeners, last Friday it was the annual Reporters Without Borders press freedom rankings were published. And it showed that we had fallen to what, 24? And, the opposition PNP was very quick, bam, out of the
From
traps.
24 to 26.
No, I think we were 26, we were 24 before, and then 32 sometime. So we had improved last year, but then a little blip, little stumble this time, right? So PNP fast out of the blocks, man, with a statement blaming the government for where the press freedom rank is. One of the good things that you can credit the statement for is I think the statement made people understand that the press freedom rank in our country is more a reflection of the kind of shop a government is running, because it is effectively saying how well does the country treat its press? What are the legislative hurdles in front of it? What are the obstacles put in practice in front of journalists? Do you have police personnel beating up journalists, taking away camera, killing journalists, doing these things? That's what the snapshot is effectively saying. How free is the press allowed to work in this country relative to that country and that country? That's effectively what it is. Yeah? So the rank, and of course, as I said, the opposition came out very quickly with their statement, telling us that our fall is due to the bad environment that the administration in power has created and fostered where journalists are concerned. Now, I want you to consider those broad sentiments expressed in the press release with the comments I'm going to play for you now. So this is frontline opposition member speaking over the past few days. And listen to this.
Nationwide is campaigning for the JLP. And people must listen it with that understanding. I see Nationwide ask Mark Golding a question. Me over there talk to myself. And Nationwide ignore Mark Golding answer. And carry me. They say me say, me late but me reach. The interviewer said, I have a question from Mark Golding. Mark Golding moved to the podium and hold the mic. He asked a crazy question that a man who is in banking did not consider cost. His entire training is around cost. Remember before Mark Golding talk and Julian, Nationwide kept saying, PNP not the ideas. PNP don't have any idea. How whole a party with 3,000 people could have no idea? You could have said we not have no good one. But 3,000 people must have one. Remember the first time Andrew talked, them saying was young and bright, and Manchester and come and take off the bright and saying young, So Nationwide was saying PNP not the idea. PNP not when we box them with idea. They say we can't cost it. So when we present the cost, they say, but Crawford say we're late but to reach. How that reach it?
No, we know that Damien's brand is based on gimmicks politics. Yeah? What can I say to get her forward? What can I say to make the fans them real? Yeah? What can I do to outdo every other speaker here? What can I do to ensure that they remember me? What can I say to ensure that selector can't leave the turntable when me come because I'm have to put in whole heap of sound effects because a be a gems may a drop. Yeah, that's the brand. And I understand also that a lot of what was said is pure pure political theater. But then I have to look at it a different way when I recall an incident with our newsroom and Damian Crawford recently, where he took objection to how a story was framed, and we accommodated his requests for changes. And even after we accommodated his requests for changes, remember, he wasn't treated with disregard or scant regard. He spoke to about 3 different people in detail, including yours truly. So that's why I can say with confidence that he wasn't treated with disregard. His views were taken very seriously and treated appropriately. And after that, he went to TikTok again, and look another forward, and him went to town. The thing is, when you respond to these things and get drawn into the political banter and the forward-seeking commentary that follows work on the political hustings, it can't end well for anybody concerned. And of course, I have to be very mindful that it is not necessary to use my energy to get drawn into that. What I would say, comments like those, even though it's still political theater, you understand it is a large part of it, I don't take it personal. But when you hear comments like that, aligned with what the opposition leader says or said to a group of foreigners, well, not a group of foreigners, a group of Jamaicans living overseas, beg your pardon, that the media is bought out. And then, remember, I played a video, I think it was in Central Kingston, where a man was giving his perspective on how I did my journalism. Comrade, no doubt that he was. He was dressed that way, he was at a comrade event. And he made clear that he was. And I remember the morning I played it. one of the messages I got was from a comrade saying I should not have played it. Not that the man shouldn't have said it, but I shouldn't have played it. Yeah? So when you take all that in totality, and you see what Reporters Without Borders reports about the environment in the country, who would you blame for where press freedom rank is? And I'm not saying government better than opposition and this man don't do nothing wrong and this man did everything wrong. I'm just saying, when you look at the concerted campaign against us, the campaign against us is such that sometimes you're in a space with colleagues from other media houses and you wonder if the people them trust you as an individual, because so many things are said about you. And journalistically, there's a lot that we keep to our chest.